turning the yarns in tow. Through Alberta's fields where the wild winds blow, Connie threads tales with Helen spin. Kim's got the tea, let the chatter begin. The Abiaks, they weave the sound of yarn and fiber all around. Knit one pearl, one story's flow, tales of stitches everywhere we go.
I always warn everybody, don't leave me alone at 11 o'clock at night watching a Godzilla movie, because you'll never know what comes out of my head. So,
yes, I had an email waiting.
I thought you were going to say not to feed you after midnight or get you wet, but you're not a gremlin? No? And on that note, good evening, everybody.
Hey. No, this morning I woke up to a message from Helen going, I had a thought.
yeah, at 11:30 at night watching Godzilla, of course. Am I a Godzilla fan? No. Do I own all the Godzilla movies? Maybe.
My husband is still tempted to get you the plant mister.
Oh.
Is it Godzilla?
Yes, and he blows steam out of his mouth. He has found it.
Oh. Oh, I have been a B movie buff for many, many years, and I just love Godzilla, and I've watched it for years, and I now own most of them. There's a couple I don't own yet, but
Nothing wrong with Godzilla.
a lot of them are in the Japanese with English subtitles, and then when you watch the same one with the English dubbing over top, it's not always the same thing.
No.
You start going, wait a minute.
Well,
Go ahead.
Like, have you got me watching anime on Crunchyroll? They have knitting anime on Crunchyroll.
I never knew they did such. I know, Connie, that was my look too when she told me.
Knitting anime.
I will have to log into it. They have knitting anime on Crunchyroll.
Okie dokie.
We're gonna have to watch that. So, man, we'll have to give you a report after retreat. Our review of knitting on it.
They have cooking show animes.
That one doesn't seem as bizarre.
Apparently, now we can't get them in Canada, but apparently they've actually done Harry Potter in anime, but it's only available over there. And it is licensed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We really started down that rabbit hole tonight, didn't we? I can't even blame Kim for this one. It was me who started it. So.
From Godzilla to anime. There we go.
Hey, all the same genre, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So our rabbit hole tonight is Kim.
Yes. I was out and about yesterday, and I was at the dollar store. You know, so uncommon for me.
Obviously.
And I was wandering through the housewares department, and I came across this little basket. And it's just a little mess basket. It was $3 at Dollarama, but it has hooks that are attached to it. And I have in my living room an IKEA wire shelf that I can hang this off of and drop my yarn into and knit out of it like a yarn bowl that is up off the floor where my cats aren't going to be into it. Or, like tonight, I have it hanging on my tablet stand on a hanger. Or, like Connie said, we could take it camping and hang it on the crossbar of a lawn chair so your yarn's not sitting on the ground. And I just thought we'd maybe discuss non-fiber arts tools that can be useful. Like I've seen where people will use the freestanding toilet roll holders to hold a skein of yarn.
That's exactly the one I was going to go with, was that one. Yeah.
I have actually considered that.
Yeah, they're sturdy. And you can definitely get your yarn off of them if you need to.
Yeah.
Bonus points if you wrap it onto a toilet paper roll first.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're keeping score now. We're starting a bingo. Is that what we're saying?
I
Let's
have no idea, but bonus points for that.
bonus
Mhm.
points. Okay, we'll take bonus points.
Yeah, that was definitely the one that I was gonna say, as I've seen that one pretty frequently where people are doing the stand. It's nice if you're using, the bigger skeins of yarn and stuff too. That like the balls where you don't necessarily re-roll them into a cake. Like your
Mm-hmm.
red hearts and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just wouldn't want to center pull them for
Mhm.
sure. So yeah. That would be an interesting one. I know my grandma used to put hers in a margarine container and have a hole in the lid.
I was gonna
I,
say many
yeah.
times it was a plastic tub.
And
Yeah.
if I remember, my grandma used to cut a slit down the side of the margarine container, though, because she liked to be able to get her yarn out.
Yeah, a slit in the lid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a hole in the center. Then you could take the lid off and you could get your yarn out if you needed to. But yeah, the double deep ones, parquet, I think.
Parquet or imperial. Yep.
Oh yeah, Imperial, that might be what it was. Imperial, that sounds right.
Or country crock was another good one.
I think it was Imperial now that I think about it. So
From the era, though, it would have been Imperial or Parquet, but probably Imperial. Yeah.
Then
yeah,
again, I
yeah.
remember the child going through my grandmother's freezer and everything. God, Lord help you if you were trying to find anything, because it was all the big square baking margarine containers or the plastic
I
margarine container.
like those. They're so sturdy.
I
Yeah.
know, but she didn't label anything, and everything was in margarine
Oh,
tubs.
oh dear.
So
Okay,
you
well,
had no idea what you were taking out of her freezer or her freezers, because she had two chest freezers.
full of
usually,
margarine containers.
usually the big flat baking ones were her bran muffins,
Ah, yes.
which is a recipe I still make to this day. I found it and
Now
I
that you figured out how many cups of flour it really takes.
no, it was missing an ingredient.
Oh, I thought you said the cup she was using wasn't a standard cup.
No, that was her bread. Mom
It's
still
probably
can't make
right.
it.
Ah,
But
and the
no,
bran muffins were missing an ingredient, and you finally figured it out, were they?
it was molasses.
I was gonna say
Ah,
molasses, probably. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey.
Sorry, I got off topic. We were discussing, non-yarn tools.
Well, it
well,
wasn't
we
a
went
yarn
from yarn tools to margarine containers to
Yep.
muffins. I mean,
Um,
that
natural.
sounds like a proper
I have also
progression.
seen, again from the dollar store, where you'll see in the summer they get those kind of fun 3D like pineapple cups that have the big straw hole, and people will use those as yarn containers.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Now, once your yarn's in it, you're not getting it out unless you finish the ball or cut it. But
that's pretty
But,
well standard for anything you do. That's a yarn wool.
yeah,
yeah.
I've seen people take old wooden ice buckets and a Dremel tool and make their own really deep yarn bowl,
Yeah.
or the old wooden salad bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've seen a lot of those too. I often have my eye out for that sort of thing because, I need more stuff.
Of course,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, more stuff. No. But
But
that's definitely a good one, and there are some
mhm,
beautiful salad bowls out there. I mean, and if they aren't going to get used or if they're damaged or something, and
yeah,
you could use that area to Dremel out your opening, I mean, then
mhm,
you're reusing something that otherwise could end up in the dump.
yeah.
So,
Another one I've seen is one of the other daughters at the care home, who's
hmm
also a knitter. She has one of the telescopic. It looks like a pen, but it's a magnet. So if she drops one of her magnetic stitch markers, she just pulls that out of her bag to pick up her stitch marker.
oh, now that's a smart one.
Or
That's a smart one.
for quilting, I went to Princess Auto and got the magnetic screw containers and I use
Mm-hmm.
those for my pins. Because as long as I get them somewhere close to that, the magnet's so strong it's going to catch them.
Well, and with the sewing, I mean, the magnet that's extendable, you could sweep the floor with
Well,
that
this
after
one
too.
is just a little for the pinball, yes. For the pen that's telescopic, it's only a very small, not even dime size magnet on the end, but it's only the size of a pen. So, I mean, it fits in your notions bag.
Yeah, I might need one of those. I might need that.
I have
Hmm.
found
Well,
Princess Letter to be a wonderful resource for tools for fiber art,
Yeah.
especially the surplus area. That is a dangerous place.
it's like going to a thrift store, only better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thrift stores are pretty fun.
They
Mhm.
So
are, and talking with thrift stores and reusing things. I mean, it's something we're looking at sort of as our theme for next year for all our retreats and stuff is reusing. And
Mhm.
is there that old sweater that no one's going to wear, or an old blanket that no one uses, or because it doesn't fit their decor anymore?
Mhm.
Then take it apart and reuse it. And
I like when they take the sweaters and make the mittens out of them.
The wool sweaters, yeah.
there was a company, I believe they were based in Edmonton, and I met them in Banff at a craft show. And they take old wool sweaters, cut them up, and hem them, and they make now they called them butt covers, but they're like little short skirts to wear over leggings.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
So it was a great way to use something that had already been made, and
Mhm.
so it was some of the beautiful sort of the bulkier ones or thinner ones, and they did all sorts of things. They made they sewed mitts out of the cut up fabric, and
Mhm.
of
I've
course you
also
had to,
seen hot water bottle covers made for them or out of
yeah.
them
Yes.
But I thought,
because
for someone who has arthritis in her hips, there are
mhm.
times when just having that little extra warmth around your hips and back
Yeah,
can make a huge difference.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I've seen is where they'll take, usually it's a larger sleeve, or they'll trim down a lovely colorwork section or fair isle section to do ear warmers and just line them with a bit
Yeah.
of fleece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So sweaters definitely for sure have their place in the reuse world. And I mean, I'd rather see somebody even cut up a handmade sweater and make something that someone's going to use out of it than see it not be
Mhm.
loved.
well, there was the girl who made your bags from the Yarn Rebels, where she used the beautiful cross
Quilt
stitch,
block,
and
yeah, or the cross stitch,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
And I think that's a great idea.
Hmm.
and to do that on a quilt, or take lace or pieces of lace from, maybe a family heirloom that you don't want to get rid of, but what in the world are you going to do with it? We
Hmm.
don't do lace tablecloths and stuff much anymore. Well, you can cut it and put it. I mean, we saw this week where someone cut them up into 4-inch strips, sewed them to a fabric for a backing, and then made a beautiful. She made a bag, but all I kept thinking was that would have been a beautiful quilt.
Well,
Quilt
Wouldn't
top.
it be nice to take a big rectangular one, sew it down, and then applique all over it or embroider over it?
Yeah, to put
what
some color
I
into
would,
it. Yeah,
I,
Let me start reciting. I do not have time to do that.
I
what
know.
I would like to do, because my mom does have quite a few of my grandmother's handmade lace doilies and lace tablecloths. I would actually like to turn them into wall hangings for my mom and my aunt and the granddaughters. So
Yes.
the way to have pieces of grandma's handiwork in the house that we're not necessarily going to be putting out because they don't fit the aesthetic anymore.
No.
Um,
No.
well, I still have the quilt years ago. My grandmother had quilts made for everyone in the family, and it was all of their old clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord love a duck, the quilt tops on those I don't think will ever wear out because they're made of fortrell.
Yep. The living blankets.
So they'll be, living into the next life along with Twinkies, or
quilt fabric, I'm sure, will wear out long before the quilt tops.
yeah.
And
Well,
it was actually
put a
another
new backing on, and away you go.
Yeah.
it was actually another aunt, her great aunt had done all the quilting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, there's a lot of great ways to reuse things for sure. So
Yeah, or if there's something, that someone's passed on to you that's a jacket or a sweater or a skirt and it doesn't quite fit, well, there's no reason why you can't put a pleat or something in it with another strip of fabric.
I still like those
yeah.
skirts like that. The girls when I was in high school would do that, where you'd get, the old jeans and cut all the seams out, and
Yeah.
they would quite often actually do them with flannel
Yeah.
because then you could wear them in the winter and be warm. Or one girl actually made a skirt out of men's ties from the thrift store.
Yeah.
Well, that would be neat.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I've seen some projects done with ties.
Mm-hmm. I don't recommend dyeing Easter eggs with them because the dye in them is not food safe. I do see that video pop up around this time of year every year. It's not something I would recommend if you're planning to consume the eggs.
Yes.
They do look really neat, but we're concerned with people's health, and I really
Okay,
nice painfully printed eggshell.
I sort of lost something there. We were talking about ties and then we're on to Easter eggs. So
Oh, I have seen where people will take the men's printed ties, like the paisley ones, the silk ones, and they'll wrap them around eggs and boil them to transfer the dye onto the eggshell.
I've never seen that.
But the dyes in them aren't food safe.
No.
No, they're fabric dyes.
Yeah.
So interesting idea. I don't know about execution. So
Yeah,
But
unless they're eggs.
I mean, food dye can be a wonderful thing to play with. If you have wool yarn that you're not a big fan of the color on, stick it in a pot with some vinegar and food coloring.
Yeah, over dye it.
If you have a little kid who needs lime green tights for a concert, and all you can find is white, stick them in a pot with vinegar and food coloring.
Yeah.
Nylon does actually take food dye.
The paste food dye is better than the liquid blue dye.
Yes, the gel food dye doesn't tend to break as much.
Yes.
But if you are playing with some of the colors, the breakage can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that in the audience that don't do dyeing, can you explain a little more about what breakage is?
So if your primary colors are which are red, yellow, and blue, typically are only made up of a single color. They can't be produced by mixing colors. Right. Now, when you're looking at food coloring, a lot of times what we consider a primary color, to get that color, they are mixing a blend of colors. But the dye colors they call it striking, where they will adhere to the fiber at a different rate. So if you have a purple dye, red is a very fast striking dye, if I remember correctly, and blue is one that can be very slow to strike. So you will have a section that is red, and especially if you slowly lower your yarn in, you'll get that red striking first, and then you'll almost get a gradient from purple to blue as the different colors affix themselves to the fiber.
Which is why when you see dyers on Facebook and stuff, they have the yarn in the pot. And if you and they add the color because it's a more even color distribution.
Yes. Since you're already on YouTube, look up Chemnitz tutorials. She has some wonderful older videos where she is using food dyes. She is actually the one I watched to learn about food dye. Because food dyes, you don't need separate pots and pans and stirring implements because it's food grade materials you're using.
Yeah,
As
versus,
soon as as
the
soon as you get
commercial.
into the commercial dyes, you need separate equipment for that because it's not food safe and it is toxic. You don't want to
Yeah,
adjust that.
yeah, it
It's
is
like soap
acid.
making. You'll see them where they always have a separate crock pot or a separate stick blender or separate pots and pans and measuring cups because you don't want to risk crossing that into your food. I haven't tried soap
Although
making yet. I would love to, but
there are some beautiful natural dyes.
yes.
Pecan shells make the most incredible purple shade.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Gold.
get to eat the pecans.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, and you get to eat the pecans. Yeah, they make the most incredible purple shade. Of course, onions do a beautiful golden brown. If you've got to save lots and lots and lots of the brown onion skins. It's
I
the
heard
dried.
turmeric does a very nice golden yellow.
It does. Dandelion actually does like a beautiful light green. It, yeah, it's incredible what some of the colors are that come. You think, what? How
Mhm.
did you get that out of that? Of course, the
And
only
red cabbage does two colors. Because if that's what I'm remembering correctly, if you add vinegar, it turns fluorescent pink almost, or fuchsia
yeah,
pink.
it's like when you grow hydrangeas, whether you have a basic soil or an acidic soil. It depends on what you put in the water to react to the dyes,
Mhm.
and what's also in your water. If you live in the country and you're using well water, that water can give you a very different look than if you're using
Yeah.
soapy
Yeah.
water, or it makes a
Yeah.
huge
Aurealis mentioned that on her page that
yeah,
because of where they live in the water that she uses,
yeah,
that it makes her dyes a little bit different.
And
So
yeah,
Rosehill told us that as well, that she can sit down and teach you to dye using her exact recipes. But you're not going to end up with her exact, you know, dyes because your water's going to be different.
yeah.
yeah, that just helps make people unique.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry.
again, I mean, it's a way to, oh, you have a Reggie.
Sorry.
Reggie making a cameo.
Your cameo, yes. This is my
Hi,
little black.
baby.
She doesn't normally come up, but she really was begging tonight and didn't run away. Well, I didn't give her a chance to run away.
But that's so good. Hello, Reggie.
But she won't look and say hello because she doesn't watch
Yeah.
TV screens.
I know.
No,
But
She
but the
doesn't.
crowd gets to see her.
yeah.
So,
But yes,
So,
again, I mean, food coloring is a way that you can change up your fibers and
yeah,
make them, make them unique, make them your own. Over dye.
and even if
Knit
you've
something
got
up
a
and you don't like
yarn that
how
you
it looks, buy dye and over dye it. Test it out.
yeah.
See what happens. You can do a lot with boiling water and a Rubbermaid tote.
And a little black dog. A little black dog. Hello.
And a little black dog, yes.
I think that's a different movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick
So-
road.
So let us know what you use. Is there something that you've tried that you people sort of look at you and go, well, you did what? Like,
Yeah.
it works.
Is there a tool you've picked up somewhere that you find really handy that wasn't necessarily from a fiber store?
Yeah.
Is there
Well,
a
even
product you use to knit with? I mean, I've seen people knitting with trash bags or, strips of IKEA bags.
Yeah, there was something for a while about knitting with the bags and making mats for homeless people to help keep them
Hmm.
dry off the ground.
yeah,
Yes.
And then they made it so you can't get plastic bags anymore.
that's right.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
So Yeah, there's
And I've
always
seen the ones with towels for bath mats, 2 old strips
Mhm.
of towels.
yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have old clothes that you don't like, tear them into strips. Make a bath mat, make a kitchen mat.
Make an apron.
Yeah.
Take the pockets off the pants and put it around something, and you've got instant pockets that you don't have to hem and sew.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have seen where people will take and just cut the legs off of jeans and sew it into a purse, and then they turn the legs into straps.
Oh,
Yeah, denim is remarkably
Durable.
versatile.
versatile for
Yeah.
being reused. So
Yeah.
So is corduroy, I believe, for something like that.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a quilt one time that I was sleeping under. My word, those weigh an absolute ton.
Mm.
Denim on the top and filled with batting and red flannel on the back.
Warm.
What a beautiful quilt. Yeah, it was nice and warm. Nice and warm.
Or are you
And
making
then
one
people,
from fabric?
and they used to say, they say weighted blankets or something new.
Yes.
No.
Well, no, because I
Yeah.
mean, way back when you didn't necessarily have central heating in your home,
Yeah.
uh, you had to adapt.
You
I,
have to
I
be
mean, let's
warm.
face it, with the price of fuel lately, you
Especially
have to get
today.
back to making heavier blankets.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Crazy.
was over $1.75 a liter when we filled up my vehicle last week.
Yeah. I heard on the news today there's places, I think they said probably Vancouver, but I think they said BC, where they've broken the $2 liter.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
That was today after all the
Yeah.
stuff going on in the Middle East. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes,
I think it's
definitely.
going to be a stay at home and reduce, reuse, recycle summer.
Mhm. But definitely, I mean, try and figure out ways to reinvent what you already have, or go to the thrift stores, go to you know the church,
Yard sales.
yeah, yard sales or church basement sales. You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
Thrift stores aren't always the cheapest place to go.
No,
Well,
not anymore.
there's a thing that goes on in Edmonton, and I think they do one now in Calgary. Something about grandmas, and it's held at a church,
The
and it's
Grandma's
normally.
fabric sale, they do that every year,
Well, let
and
me
I know
tell you, they do yarn as well.
yes, they do. I
Yarn and
know
fabric and all kinds of fiber.
in
Yeah.
Edmonton, there's also the Twins and Triplets Club does a big sale every year. Now that's primarily for children's clothes and maternity clothes, but if you know someone who's in need of them, definitely check one of those sales out.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, especially when they're little, they outgrow that stuff so fast.
Yeah,
If it fits
they
them at
really
all.
do.
Yes. So yeah, so it's going to be an interesting year. I think we already have our schedule planned for this year on what the skill sets are, and we're not going to change that for this year because we already have all our stuffs ready for our retreats. But in
Yep.
2027, definitely we'll be focusing more on the retreats, on our skill set being what we can do to reuse what we have, how to stash dive better, maybe have a yarn swap. Do you have some stuff you really are never going to use and you don't know why you bought it, or it was gifted to you and you're sort of going, that was very nice, thank you, but not my color.
Hmm?
Things like that. Like let's sort of work together more as a community and figure out what we can do. And
Hmm.
Yeah, I need to clear out my yarn and fabric stashes this year and
yeah,
be a little more mindful of what's in them. And I saw something online the other day, something to the effect of don't feel obligated to keep something that you bought when a few years ago because you're not the same you now.
yeah,
Hmm.
Don't feel obligated to finish that project. Don't feel obligated, pass it on and, you know, keep stuff that is just meaningful to the current you.
that's right.
Hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really kind of resonated, and I'm thinking, yeah, because I need to clean my stash
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. So anyway, I
I just
apologize for the photo bombing of my little black
okay.
dog.
And sorry, I just thought of another random object that you could use as a interesting yarn bowl. A teapot.
The teapot, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you know,
Yeah.
my,
Well,
my brain is
especially
all
one
over the
that's
place.
lost its lid.
Yeah.
Yes. Or even one that's lost its handle.
Yeah.
Or has a chip in it that you
Yeah.
know you don't want to use because it's got a chip in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't throw it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely share your best reuse
Yeah.
idea with us, and that'll give us a jumping off place for next year's, ideas. So
Yeah. No,
There are still tickets available for the PJ party at Prairie Fiber Festival. They're on the
in Old.
yabbyyax.ca website, so if you are planning to attend, tickets are limited, so please make sure that you go online and you order your tickets as soon as possible. It also lets us help to plan so that we know how many snacks and drinks to get ahead of time. We would love to
Yeah.
see you there. It's a wonderful festival to check out.
So yeah,
And our retreat is in 2 weeks. So we're into the
Mhm.
countdown of trying to get everything right.
we have it organized. We just have to get it all gathered in
Well,
the
get
same
us
spot.
organized.
Get us organized.
Yes.
Yes.
And the stuff for the retreat is organized. It's just us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we probably shouldn't talk about this. There's furry ears that don't like it when Mummy goes away. Oh, I see a face.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that face a minute ago.
Yeah.
The teddy bear face.
Yeah. My miniature sled dog. Yeah.
Yes.
I still
She is
can't
lovely.
imagine her pulling a sled. I just don't know.
No.
I would actually almost look for one of the little tabletop sled decorations just to see.
There is actually someone who has trained their palms
Mm-hmm.
to pull the sled, and they at Christmas they have the reels with them pulling the sleds.
Aw.
Dear. Okay.
Okay, because apparently they are descendants of our sled dogs. So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, me and my fluffy one here.
Yes.
It's unusual for her to be in my arms like this. Why she's panting. She's a little anxious.
Aw.
Anyway, look forward to seeing you. Now, I don't know if we will be having one more before we go to retreat or if our next one will be at retreat. So we'll see how the scheduling goes and what's going on. But if we don't talk to you next week, we definitely will be coming to you live, I'm sure, at least one time from retreat, and we'll be sharing some of our explorations around town. If you haven't seen on our website, we have been trying to repost the information on Tyra the dinosaur, which we all love. She did pass her structural inspection, but now apparently they are looking for a new home for her.
I did
So
try
if
and
you
convince
know-
my husband when I saw the free to a good home that she could live in my backyard. He told me
So
no.
if you know anybody who needs a giant dinosaur in their backyard, let the town of Drumheller know because they are looking for a new home for her. So
Yeah.
by
Well, hopefully the museum will step up or something.
yeah, so by 2029 she'll be leaving there. So we have a couple of years, but we know how fast that all goes. So
Yes, we do.
So I'm sure we'll be taking some pictures around Tyra. So proof that we were actually there.
Yep. We may actually attempt to make the climb.
We'll see how we're doing.
See how our knees do.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Maybe the slowest climb in history. What? Yes, I know you're here.
Well, my knees are probably more likely to make it this year than next.
True.
She turns older next. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So don't forget to comment. Let us know. People have been leaving comments and carrying on conversations on the YouTube. So please do continue.
Yeah.
We We do read them all. We do reply as much as we can. We may not get to them right on the same day, but we just, as always, have fun. Glad you joined us, and we'll see you next. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. We're slowly getting closer to that 100.
Yeah, we're up to 71.
Woohoo!
So that's exciting news. So please subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it sure helps us out. Gets us out to more and more people that are looking for fiber art stuff. So
yeah.
Anyway, have a good week. We'll chat with you soon.
Thank you for joining us,
everyone.
Bye.
Wheels are turning, the yards in tow. Through Alberta's fields where the wild winds blow.